You are capable of winning races, but you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Well, good evening once again, folks, and welcome back to the Digital Sim Sports Network, the Dirt Racing Network, this time with coverage of the Digital Sim Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series, presented by Fitzz Services. Qualifying already underway. Drivers getting their hot laps in right now. And a new driver to this series, Alex Kozinski, was quickest until Ostendorf took it, and then Kozinski took it right back. 21 and 55 100 seconds. Dean Gagliano, Austin DeMoore. We're going to go watch the 64 truck of Adam Vinny for a moment. Adam Vinny, 21.73, so just a little bit off. Let's go. Reed Rundle pops to second quick, and Reed Rundle had a great qualifying effort on Sunday night. Trevor Royer moving up to sixth. And Rundle settling in second. Let's go watch Trevor Royer. He finishes his up. He is sixth quick right now. Garrett Boyd making laps, and he got that truck way sideways on the front stretch that time by. Only going to be good enough for 12th. Jay Schaff on track, trying to make some laps here. Real loose in 3 and 4. Here comes the 31, Roger Wagner. Right now, Kozinski, Arundel, Gagliano, DeMoore, Blevins. Corey Blevins new to the series. That 24 truck, if you watch the channel, you know you see him on Wednesday nights. Him and Vinny and Rundle and, several of these guys. We see Boyd all on Sundays. Or on Wednesdays over there. Seeing them here on Sundays as well. This time out of 4 for Wagner. Moves him to fifth quick at 22.71 seconds. The old Tiny Dancer just finishing his up, and he ran 12th quick out of 18. No time from Herrick, Schaff, Lawrence, or Schmutz. And the top 5 in points, we're going to go to the back. No Kevin Spaulding this week, so he was one of those drivers. So it was Wagner, Forstner, Rundle, and Vinny that end up getting moved to the back of the pack here when we get ready to start things off. We're watching Scotty King. He is just cruising around trying to figure out where all the bumps are at so he can avoid them in a little while. Drivers will have their drivers meeting. I will remind you, we're getting almost a full weekend every week now. Our Sunday shows are being broadcast later, as we do not have anybody for the live portion of that show. As I have made the election to try to race as many of these races as I can myself. But we don't mind restreaming them from these replays. We still get good coverage, and it's still a lot of fun. I know everybody has enjoyed going back and watching them, so we're going to continue to do that. Monday nights, Dirt Slingers Racing League and their Monday Night Thunder continuing on this coming week. They'll be in round number 5, be back in the 410 sprint cars. We just watched DRA a little while ago. They'll be back next week. Man, I think they go back to the late model. I know they're swapping cars and tracks every week, so they'll go back to their pavement late model. Tomorrow night, Midwest Truck Series round 2. And then next week, they'll be back with round number 3. Thursday nights are in limbo right now as the netcode guys are trying to figure some things out. And that may become the night that we stream these truck races is on Thursdays until they come back. But this week, that can't be done as I have obligations out of town and I can't be here. So that's why we're trying to do it tonight. Get this thing in and get it done. I know next week these guys are at a big track. They're at Chicagoland, which races big but can get away from you quickly if you don't take care of your stuff. You can start slipping and sliding around there pretty easily. We will not see Herrick, Schaff, Lawrence, or Schmutz take time. In fact, a couple of these guys, I think Jeff Herrick and maybe Doyle Lawrence request to go to the back. I'm trying to remember some of Sunday. I've slept and worked a lot since then, and I'm getting old. So it's really hard to remember. But for the foreseeable future, I think the only week anybody has off, and I think that whole week we will be off, and I hope everybody does a lot of celebrating over the week of Thanksgiving for the holidays. We will not be in action at all. The guys will be back. They'll race on the 16th. They will not race the 23rd, and they will race on the 30th of November in this series. I most likely will not be here for the race on the 30th. I'll still be driving back from vacation, so I'm going to try to make it back. It's all going to depend on what time my ship gets back in and what time I can get on the road, how many bathroom breaks I have to make, and how much traffic, and how much Johnny Fuzz decides he wants to chase me. So we'll just have to see, because speed limits are merely a suggestion. We're just waiting for the time to run out. The guys are in a driver's meeting. It was pretty short and sweet. They gave everybody a chance to get a nice bathroom break here. Kozinski, quickest. Another new driver in the series is Dustin Hardy in the 52 truck. Dean Gagliano. I think this is race number 2 for Dean. I think he was here for New Hampshire last week as well. Austin DeMora was a new driver this week, the 07 truck. So we see some new guys come in, some guys that were here for the first couple of races or the first race have not returned. There's no rhyme or reason for any of it. We hope they had a good time, but maybe something, Sundays. It is what it is. If the Thursday guys don't come back for a while, these guys are talking about doing some testing on Thursdays for some adjustments to this series for season 2, if everything continues to go the way that it is, because it's looking pretty promising. Some good drivers, some good racing. It's been pretty clean. There have been no drivers complaining at each other or about the racing, so that's always a positive, and you expect things to grow and flourish from there so you can make plans for the future. Oh, I think we're getting close. I see the white come out. I think it's about time to flick over. It's 60 laps here. No, it's 75 laps here tonight. 75 laps is what the distance is. Just waiting for the session to flick over. That's all we're waiting on now. Ow. Good night. What the heck is that? I hope that don't become a blood blister. So a total of 18 trucks. It'd be nice if there was a button to advance the session, but there's not. In these replays, it's very difficult to do. If I touch the wrong thing, it messes up all the timing and scoring and everything, and I'm going to really focus and try not to do that tonight. Well, Moret, what's going on? Where you been? All right, that's it. Session officially over. It is time for... No, not really. I mean, just from work now, because I'm out of shape. I was off so long, I forgot how to work. That is horrible. I hurt more now than I did sitting here with a bad leg. All right, we're going to line them up. We're going to run 75 laps, and we're going to start them just like this. Alex Kaczynski, the 72 on the pole. Reed Runnell, the 43 on his outside. He will move to the back, the 43 truck will, and that'll move Austin DeMoore in his first start up on the front row. Dean Glagliano into that 38 machine, and Corey Blevins in the 24. Roger Wagner will go to the back. Adam Vinny will go to the back. So it'll move Trevor Royer all the way up to that third row with Dustin Hardy. Then Ostendorf and Forstner. Thomason and King in row 5, row 6. I think that's where we start to get into stuff. Maybe Jacob Schmutz and Garrett Boyd. And then all of our guys that go to the back, which would be Wagner and Forstner. And then Rundle and Vinny. And then the guys that asked for their EOLs, which was, I believe, Lawrence and Herrick. Jay Schaff slides up there behind Garrett Boyd. So it's a tricky thing when you start. Well, what's that? The rating? Or the working, I mean? The working is overrated? I don't know. If you don't have a job, then I want to know your secret, because I can't afford to do jack squat if I don't work. King and Boyd are going to be together in that row. And then Ostendorf and Thomason. Lawrence, and I think Schaff gets up here. And then we start with our lap trucks. There goes Scott Thomason. He needed to go. That was who else asked to go to the back. Yeah. Yeah, the working. Yeah, that's always a thing. All right, lights are off on that pace car. That means we're going green this time. We've got 75 laps. And I didn't pull up the report. Maybe I did. The 08. Yeah, I think we're going to see our first caution out of lap 2. We'll see that caution happen. So we'll take the green flag. We're going to jump to the back so we can see it real quick because we know who it was. And it was just a self-spin. Got a little anxious with the throttle coming up off this corner right here. He'll whip himself around, get going. The racing is pretty good. The whole way through the night, we get a big, long green run right about a third of the way. Yeah, I'll bet you are. All right. Pace car is about to dive on off. We are about to get things going. Round number 3 for the Fitzz Services Truck Series on Sunday nights with the Digital Sim Sports or Digital Sim Racing League. And the green flag is in the air. Let's go back. We're going to go right here. 8 truck. Scott Thomason. He's going to have an issue right about, let's call it right here. Maybe it's a lap number 2. Up front, Kozinski got the point. DeMore slid into second. There it is, going into 3 and 4. Nobody's going to hit him miraculously. He just nicks the fence pretty good right there, and that's going to do it. So they'll slow everything down. And that was our first caution. We only had 4 for the whole night, and one of them happens near the end. And it makes things just a little bit interesting towards the end of this thing. Pit, not pit. Guys stay out on old tires. Is it going to kill the momentum? Or are things going to happen weird? But nothing really happens. So Kozinski, DeMore, Blevins, Royer, Hardy, Gagliano, King, Ostendorf, Boyd, Schaff, Lawrence, Vinny, Forstner, Schmutz, Rundle, Herrick, Thomason, and Wagner. And he is not 4 laps down. It's gonna cycle through. The 31 truck is not 4 laps down yet. He will be at a point, but he's not right now. Well, we almost rebranded this for the IWCR stuff, but we just made a choice to just make it our own, keep it. Those guys can find their way here if they want to. They know we're doing it. And this was a trial season. We're trying a few things, just trying to get some interest, see how the racing is. And then we're going to do some stuff for the second season to make it a little more interesting, a little more exciting, and a little more challenging for the drivers. So some notes are being made. Some changes look like they might be coming down the pike. So when 2026 rolls around and this series kicks off again, it'll look the same, but it'll feel different. So Scott Thomason's going to go to the back. He went in and made sure that the truck was okay. He gets back on track. He'll catch the back of the field, and we're about to go to the 1 to go signal coming out of 4 this time. That means we'll get back to green flag racing. I think our leader chooses the inside line each and every time. Yeah, I felt the same way. I truly did. I hadn't raced in a very, very, very long time. It didn't matter if it was dirt or asphalt. And I decided I really wanted to do trucks and see how it goes. We're probably going to add an Xfinity series in 2026. And so I wanted to see, am I going to feel like doing the racing part? And am I going to find somebody else to broadcast? How are we going to do this? And I never thought I could do these from a replay until I started really digging into the software. And now that I know I can, we can do a lot and get it broadcast delayed, but get it broadcast. And I kind of like doing these trucks this way. It's kind of fun. I get to race, and then I get to go watch and talk about myself in the third person, which is creepy as hell, but still fun. All right, pace car out of the way, restart on lap number 6. And Kozinski launches it in the zone. The green flag comes out. Everything is good. We're side by side back here. This looks like it could be dangerous, but they end up getting through it. Good battling going on already. Everybody trying to jostle for position. And we're watching back here at about 8th, 9th, and 10th. Wow, that was louder than I wanted it to be. Woo! That about took my eardrums with it. Garrett Boyd on the outside of Scott King. King goes up the hill. You can see everybody just a little twitchy right now. Kaczynski's got the point. Demore's running second. Trevor Royer, the dirt guy, we lauded praise on him from New Hampshire for his run. And I'm not going to say a word about his run this week. I'm going to let the end result do the talking. Corey Blevins up to the 4th spot. Dustin Hardy. So all the new guys running in the top 5 right now. Gagliano and Schaff, 6, 7. We're back to Ostendorf in the farm truck. We'll go all the way back here. And we'll watch the 49. There we go. There was our second caution. He spun it out on his own. And it drew caution. So we had 2 cautions in the first 10 laps. You going to come back and race with us, man? Or are you still a little, shall we say, rusty? It's Kaczynski, Demore, Royer, Hardy, Blevins, Gagliano, Schaff, Ostendorf, Boyd, Lawrence, top 10. Forstner, Vinny, Rundle, Schmutz, Wagner, King, Thomason, and Jeff Herrick going to the back after his spin. A lot of new faces this week, and it made a good field. If we can get some of the other guys back for the next one, we might be able to put 30 trucks out here. That rebroadcast next week will be a whole lot of fun. See your 9th place driver, Garrett Boyd, 10th place driver, Doller. And Lawrence has had nothing but bad luck the first 3 weeks. Well, you ought to. We do the trucks on Sundays and the dirt cars, sprint cars on Mondays. That's what I was thinking. And a lot more free time in the winter, a lot less going on outside. So go over to the website, dirtslingersracing.com. Fill out one of the apps. We'll get you approved as quick as possible. You can race as soon as this coming week. I already approved of that and sent the invite out, Adam. I got to check everything before Sunday night's race and get numbers assigned for those. There are some guys that have been there for over a month. They were 1st of September, and I'm going to start deleting those. That's all right, man. We put a setup that is way better than baseline in our Discord, and the links for the Discord are over there at the website as well. Just scroll around on the pages and you'll see there's a link for Discord. Go in and say, go to the welcome, say hi, and you should be able to get access and see, and then you can grab it and start working, because we put the Chicago one is going in tonight. As soon as I'm done broadcasting this race, I'm going to try to post the Chicago one up. It's either that or I'll have Garrett Boyd do it tomorrow. One of us will get it in by midweek. All right, once again, the pace car is out of the way, and Kaczynski in the start zone, and, man, another good launch for him. He'll grab the point. DirtSlingersRacing.com. Demore up to second. Hardy. Oh, little contact as he went around the outside on Royer. Little contact. Both drivers able to continue. That was right in front of this group of 4 right here. And Corey Blevins is going to try to take advantage of Trevor Royer. Blevins, perennial truck guy. Royer, dirt guy. Royer has shown he has the prowess in these trucks. And I talked to him via messenger, for the last couple of weeks. And he's really enjoying himself, and he is really focusing hard on trying to become better at racing these trucks. And, well, whatever he's doing, it's working because he's gotten very good at it. Jay Schaap up here in that 14 truck. It says 3 on the scoring pylon because that was the number he requested. Then he shows up in the 14 truck, so we may change his number for him and let him be. But Garrett Boyd up to 7th, Gagliano 8th, Forstner and Rundle 9-10, Adam Vinny 11th. So that team right there had to go to the back, and all 3 of them now make their way inside the top 11. Then Lawrence, Ostendorf, Wagner, after starting at the back, didn't pick up much. He's still 14th. Schmutz is 15th. King, Thomason, and Herrick back here are racing at the back of the field, but up front, the 2 new guys, Kozinski and Hardy, now 1-2 with DeMore in 3rd, Royer and Schaff 4-5. Well, we're trying not to provide, just trash. We're trying to do something to get guys to be comfortable and competitive. And if we make it pretty decent, you can tweak small things to give yourself some comfort in it. But I'd rather the guys had something good to work with than the way that it used to be, where everybody just kind of crapped on each other and said, figure it out on your own. We hope to do this season upon season upon season, but we're going to have to do some work. So Kozinski's still out front. We are getting close to a third of the way through this thing already. We're going to go on a nice little run here before we have a caution. We already know what's coming up. Kozinski, first night in. Quickest in qualifying, and now leading this thing from the front row. Dustin Hardy, 6 spots. He started 7th or 8th. He's up to 2nd. The big mover, Jay Schaff. Schaff started back in 18th, and he is 5th in the running order right now. He's got some heavy hitters coming up behind him. Blevins, Boyd, and Vinny all closing in. Gagliano. We used to see Dean in the Sunday night series with the Wisconsin guys, and had no idea that he was a truck kind of guy. But Dean has had a couple of good runs this last couple of weeks. Keeps the 38 pointed forward at all times, and that's what you got to do. You got to keep all 4 on the pavement and keep them pointed forward. He gets passed right there by Mike Forstner, and he's going to get worked over by Reed Rundle. He'll lose another spot, and that'll put Rundle 10th as we're 1/3 of the way through already. For bringing a new group of cars and drivers together, these guys have gelled very quickly, and we have very good, clean racing. All but one of these cautions for this race, self-spins. Guys just got anxious with the throttle. Same with New Hampshire. They were all self-spins. It was nothing about wrecking cars. It was about just spinning out, not being as smooth with the throttle as you should be. Check back here because Adam Vinny now working on Jay Schaff. That is going to be a pass for the 6th place. Schaff going to go way to the fence. And he lets Garrett Boyd get alongside him as well. And now Boyd will clear, and Boyd will follow Vinny through into 7th. Okay, cool. We'll get those approved in the next 24 hours and kicked over there. Go to the Discord and make sure that you welcome, and then you can go look around through all of the channels. You got to do the welcome thing. You got to wave high. Kozinski still out front. We are just about to have, and we do have, a slowdown right here. That's the 32 truck of Ostendorf. And Ostendorf, he just got antsy coming out of turn number 4. Got the truck around. Didn't hit a thing. 360'd it really down to the apron, spun it around in the grass, and he got going. You're going to see some action here. Everybody's going to go to pit road. A lot of different strategies played here. A lot of guys took 4. Some guys took 2. Some guys sped on pit road. If you go back to that very first page and click news and then scroll to the bottom of the news, there's a link right there. I can't post it into the chat. One, I don't know it. I don't know the direct link. We were focusing on the 69 truck. He got a little too far to the left entering on pit road right there. You got to stay all the way out to the right, so we focused on him for momentarily. Just so we could bring that to the attention of the admins who look over these and have not posted anything, I don't believe, yet. Yeah, sorry, Beth. I knew that it's kind of a weird link to go to the Discord. That's why I don't ever remember. Our old TeamSpeak, oh, I knew that right off the top of my head. So Kozinski holds the lead. Hardy held second. DeMoore was still third and Royer fourth. Blevins stayed fifth. Nothing really changed except for about 10th place. Roger Wagner chose 2 tires and moved way forward in the field. And Reed Rundle fell out of that top 10 because of a heavy right foot. He was speeding on entry and got caught by the race truck police. And he was held in the pits for a few seconds there. So he came out 16th of 18. Tom Ossendorf, obviously, EOL for causing the caution. We're going to get our restart beginning of lap 33. And we're about to have a good long run. You're going to see some really good racing. And you're going to find out who's got what in this field really quickly here. Doesn't take a long time to figure it out. Pace car is going to get out of the way. Kozinski is going to get in the start zone, and I imagine he's going to have another great launch. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure it is because he got right out to the point once again. And now we have brought about the top 10 are all very fast trucks. Now the racing up front is going to start to get very interesting. Kozinski gets out by about a half a second almost over the group behind, and it is just an absolute madhouse. Hardy, DeMoore, Royer, Blevins. Vinny is right there. Garrett Boyd. We're used to watching all these guys race each other on a weekly basis on Wednesdays. And once again, they're grouped up here on a Sunday night, but they're mid-top 10 instead of the front 3 or 4 trucks like they're used to being. Mike Forstner is right in there, right behind these guys. And you can see Corey Blevins is trying to work the outside on DeMoore. And the outside line has a little bit of grip and a little launch to it. You can run some momentum. It's just a little bit sketchy and slick if you're a little too aggressive with the throttle. And that spin will cause a whole lot of problems. You saw DeMoore off the bottom get free. And now Blevins is going to attack right on the 90. Of Trevor Royer. That's going to be for the 3rd spot. And Royer on the high side able to fend him off. Adam Vinny came through when DeMoore had his mistake, and now he dives it hard to the inside of turn number 3. So he and Blevins will go side by side. Not an uncommon sight. Mover Vinny to 4th. Blevins is 5th. DeMoore right in front of Garrett Boyd. That is 6-7. Then Forstner, Schaff, Wagner is right there in front of Gagliano and Lawrence. We are just past the midway point now. Arundel, 13th currently, recovering from his speeding penalty. Trying to find racing room. Going to work hard on these guys in front of him, and it's going to take him a minute to make some passes. Herrick up to the 14th spot. King, Schmutz, Thomason, and Ostendorf at the back. Those guys just now in 1 and 2. Everybody else about to enter turns 3 and 4. Garrett Boyd making the move on Austin DeMoore. Trying to get the 6th spot, and it looks like he will have it. First time the 7 truck in the series. Having a good showing, the good qualifying effort. And he's keeping it in the top 10 right now. These laps click off quickly for these guys. It's the most awesome feeling to have such good racing on this network at all times. We don't see a lot of groups with a lot of cautions. As toxic as iRacing can be among its members, all the league racing we see has been very, very, very clean. The drivers pretty respectful to one another in these series. I think it's just the open lobbies where everything is kind of a crap show. Now you're seeing something we're familiar with. Trevor Royer and Adam Vinny getting side by side, and this is a battle. This is not a rollover. This is not a push by. This is an actual fight for position right here. And this goes on for a few laps. And with one guy being a staunch dirt racer and the other guy really having his prowess in the pavement side, and we see him on a regular basis in the trucks, so we know what he's capable of. I tell you, the guy on the outside is kind of keeping his word. He said, I want to get better at these. I enjoy doing it. This has been a blast. I want to be up here in the front competing for wins. Well, he's running against one of the best. He's doing a fantastic job. I got to give him praise where it is due. Trevor Royer turning out to be one of the all-around great sim racers on this service right now. It almost looks like these two racing this hard, they're holding up Corey Blevins. But Blevins is keeping pace while these two go at one another, and Royer just not going to give up on this. The fact that they can do this side-by-side lap after lap and not lose touch with these leaders. You got the top 5 trucks right there on the screen at one time. Give you guys back the track map for the rest of this one. You can kind of see where everybody's running. Trouble for the 31 truck. He took it to pit road. Broken suspension. Left front. Adam Vinny just eking by, but not clear enough. Royer once again with a great run on the high side. He is keeping Vinny honest right now. We're getting close to 25 to go. We're creeping in. On the last third of this thing. Everybody can make it on fuel. Everybody can make it on tires. Adam Vinny finally clears Trevor Royer. That was one of the best battles of the night. We'll go back to the next good battle on the racetrack. Jay Schaff working the high side. Jay Schaff, a dirt racer, and used to being able to run that high side and fend off the guys on the bottom, and he's trying to do it in the trucks as well. This time, Reed Rundle right on by. Mike Forstner in the 7th spot. Kind of got clear of DeMoore. Got a pretty good gap. He's about 2 seconds behind Garrett Boyd. And now Trevor Royer under fire once again from the 24 truck. This time it's Blevins. And once again, Royer not going to roll over as you see Adam Vinny starting to work on Dustin Hardy. That's going to be a battle for the 2nd position. And now none of these guys giving an inch. We're getting down to the end of this thing, and nobody wants to just give up spot. 20 laps ago, everybody probably would have just said, okay, I'll let you go. I'll get behind you. I'll save some tires. I'll try to pass you back. But as late as it is, nobody wants to give up that position. They know it's going to be difficult to get it back. Vinny, again, with the pass, he clears Hardy, and Hardy goes right back underneath him and then backs out of the throttle a little. He just wanted Vinny up the hill. That outside just strong enough. And Adam Vinny will hang on to the spot. Trevor Royer fought off Corey Blevins while we were watching that battle. In the top 5 are single file. Top 6 are single file. Almost nose to tail here, cruising around. It's a big gap from Boyd to Forstner as Reed Rundle works around Austin DeMoore. DeMoore is keeping it in the top 10. He's 9th right now. We're 20 laps away from the end. Jay Schaap still in the top 10 right here. Dean Gagliano trying to run him down. Doyle Lawrence working on the back end of that 38 truck. You can see the closing rate. You just got to get it on the exit. You can't get it on the entrance. Go back up to the front because the top 2 now have broken away from Hardy and Royer and company, and they are going to start to duel, but not quite yet. Kozinski's first race in the series. Vinny got to the inside in 1 and 2. We are 17 laps from the finish, and this battle is far from over. We've seen Vinny get there, battle, clear the driver. This battle, far from over. He's going to get the spot, but it's only going to be momentary. So for the first time, Adam Vinny goes to the point with 16 laps remaining. That time, Kozinski tried to get in there, got it a little too hot getting in the corner, slid the rear end. He saved the truck. Now, these two have moved out to about a second on everybody else. It's going to be a short shootout here at the end. Hardy's still 3rd, and Royer is still 4th as we come to the caution. That caution was for a little contact between trucks for the first time in a very long time here. Mike Forstner and Reed Rundle got together coming out of turn number 4. The 69 truck looped it and kept it going, but he fell back all the way to 14th. He was racing for a top 8 position at the time this happened. Drivers are going to go to pit road. Everybody goes. Fresh tires, because you're going to have a shootout. You're going to have about an 11 or 12 lap shootout here. And it gets interesting for a moment. And that's why it gets interesting, because Kozinski loses spots on the restart. And then he is going to have a shot to go up here and try to challenge Vinny at the very end. Hardy stayed out, trying to keep track position, trying to put himself in a position where he could restart. Just everyone else pitted, and he is the lone duck out there on about 30-lap-old tires. So Hardy stayed out. Vinny, DeMore, Kaczynski, Schaff, Royer, Blevins, Boyd, Lawrence, and Herrick are the top 10 after pits. Rundle, Schmutz, Forstner, Ostendorf, King, Gagliano through 16th, and Scott Thomason a lap off of the pace and dropping towards the rear. So we're about to get to the end of this thing. We're going to get a reset. I think we get the one to go right here. I think we have about 11 lap shootout. Enough guys with fresh tires. Guy on old tires. It'll be 11 to go at the green flag. Truck pulling out of line. Doyle Lawrence with issues, and he is going to drop out. And here we go. Pace car out of the way. Hardy looking to get us restarted, and he gets a good launch. He grabs the point right away. That truck on the outside of row 2 is going to have a shot to get up here. Vinny tried to run it down the corner low on the 52, and he got the door shut on him, and that puts Kaczynski right beside him. Hardy trying to fend him off. It's not going to work on the older tires, but Kaczynski's going to take a look. Vinny goes back to the lead. Kaczynski's going to get alongside and try to race him for the win here. Fantastic battle. About to go on for the next couple of laps here. The inside you would think is going to prevail on this, but the outside has so much momentum it becomes just every inch counts. Vinny not giving up that inside. Kaczynski able to roll the bottom nice and smooth. He'll get a slight edge. Into 3 and 4, coming around to 8 to go. Just not enough room to move up for Kaczynski. Vinny around the top side with a big run up the front stretch. And now Kaczynski off the bottom, trying to pull back alongside. He's just not able to get there. Vinny surges ahead, and on the outside, Trevor Royer takes over third, and he took it away from Garrett Boyd up there on the top side. Boyd now fourth. Blevins is fifth. DeMore is sixth. DeMore restarted third, and he has fallen to sixth here. And this battle for the lead not over. Coming around, it's going to be 6 to go. This time, Vinny with a good head of steam out of turn 4. That's going to settle it right there. Vinny's got the point. Royer's going to run the high side as he missed the corner in one. Didn't hurt him one bit. He hangs on for third right now. Wave lap 5 to go. Adam Vinny, Alex Kaczynski, Trevor Royer, Garrett Boyd, Corey Blevins, the top 5. Four to go. Still Vinny. Battle shaping up for third as Royer going to feel the pressure from Boyd now. Three laps remaining. It's just over half second out front. We're watching the battle for the third and final podium spot. Trevor Royer Trying to go podium. He podiumed at New Hampshire. He's trying to stay on the podium at Richmond. 2 to go. And Vinny's starting to ease away. He's out to 3/4 of a second over Kozinski. Little slip from the 21. Tried to get a little extra out of 2, and it just isn't there. White flag this time by. And now Boyd alongside. Vinny going to cruise to victory here. Kozinski second. We're watching the battle for the final podium spot. Out of 4. Adam Vinny goes 3 in a row. DSRL Truck Series. Kozinski second. Royer hangs on for his second straight podium finish. Boyd and Blevins 4 and 5. Rundle was 6th, Demore 7th, Schaff 8th, Ostendorf 9th, Forstner 10th, King 11th, Herrick 12th, Gagliano 13th, Schmutz 14th, Hardy 15th, Thomason 16th, Laurent 17th, and Wagner rounded things out for the night. Get a quick look here at all of our trucks in their finishing order. Oh, that's as good as it's going to get. That is going to be Trevor Royer for his third, Kozinski second, and Adam Vinny will pick up the win. So another great truck race, very few cautions, a lot of great racing. We saw great challenges all over. We saw 2 lines of racing. We saw a dirt guy get his second straight podium. We saw one driver has won every race this season. A couple of them he had to go start at the back. So the rest of the field has got a pretty good challenge. They're going to have to work their way up to the front and figure out how to hold off that 64 truck. But that's 3 races, 3 amazing races for these guys. They're going to go to Chicagoland, and we expect more of the same this next week. We'll have the points for you when we get to Chicago for this one, and be able to tell everybody right where everybody's at. But that is going to do it for another awesome show here tonight. The drivers did a fantastic job. Appreciate every single one of them. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching. Thanks for making it fun in the chat tonight, too. Be sure you tune in tomorrow night for the Midwest Truck Series, about 8:20 Eastern, as they head for round 2 of their new Season 5. And then we'll be back again on Monday night for Dirt Slingers Racing League. And it's 410 sprint cars, and I couldn't even tell you where they go. Oh, yeah, I can. They go to Lima Land on Monday night. That ought to be interesting, too. But I want to thank you for being here. Without you, there's no reason for us to do this without the awesome leagues giving us fantastic racing like we just saw here. Once again, there's nothing to cover. So a high five and a pat on the back all the way around for that. Until we see you the next time, peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down. Come back and see me as soon as you can. Good night, everybody.